Yuck! I'm already having a bad time.
Katie! I had to come to this party because everything I actually wanted to do was way too expensive.
Yeah, why do you think I'm throwing this?
Oh, wow. This party is almost nothing.
I spent so much money, but it doesn't look like it.
Yeah, alcohol doesn't look like anything.
Yeah, I wrongly assumed that people would bring things.
I thought about it on the way over, but then I felt like I didn't want to.
It's almost as if New Year's Eve consistently fails to live up to our unrealistic expectations.
Yeah, I don't want to talk to you anymore.
I hate you too.
Hey, I'm so sorry we're late. We tried to force a romantic dinner for some reason.
We spent a few $100s on a tiny prefix at a crowded restaurant. Now we're both mad.
And hungry. All we brought for you was leftovers.
Yuck!
If we remember to take them home, we will.
Oh, it was so expensive.
Fuck, I'll never do this again.
Oh, great to see you.
Hey!
Oh, Cynthia and a stranger. Who's this fucking guy?
Well, my crippling fear of being the only one without a midnight kiss drove me to bring some fucking Tinder date.
Yeah, we've only met once before, and we'll never talk again after tonight.
I'm watching you, don't touch my shit.
I might.
Katie, is it cool if I invite some of my college fraternity buddies over?
I'm guessing you already invited them and this question is essentially a trap.
Sure is.
Fuck! Fuck you, motherfucker!
Great. Also, you're out of alcohol and it's only 10 p.m., which sounds like your problem.
Oh, welcome to the forthcoming hellscape that is 2024.
Really? Can we go back? Can we just stay in 2023 a little bit longer?
No, I think
Can
we're done with
not
that.
pull out?
I think we're done with that now, yeah. So this is TV10 Podcast episode 0476. Did I get that right?
That's right.
All right.
You are absolutely correct. 476 episodes until everything.
Yes. And
I
Tommy
mean,
Tommy Milagro over there is still in Sacramento, I believe, right?
That's right. You are correct. I have not left Sacramento. I am still in the Sacramento satellite studio. Say that 3 times fast.
Nope.
And exactly my point. But we are rocking it in with the New Year's Eve. So by the time this episode drops, you're in the new year and you're going, why?
Why is it happening? Yes.
Yes. And our answer is, we know. We truly know. But don't worry, we're going to get through with this week with not only our top-notch professional journalism.
Sure. Yes.
Yeah.
Let's say that.
Let's go with that.
Yeah. Also, this week's sponsor over here in the Utah studio, in the Salt Lake City studio, is Outlaw Distillery, having a nice little bit of bourbon. Just bourbon.
That's all you need from Outlaw Distillery, and they did have a little bit of a get together over the weekend. I wish we could have been there, but Mr. Frost, his schedule is so busy, and I'm stuck in, as he put it out, Sacramento.
When was this get together?
I think it was over this last Saturday. So
I could have gone to that.
I know you. Really? I thought you were doing the rock business at that point.
That was on Friday.
Ah, that's the problem. Okay.
But I was so rocked out that I probably wouldn't have gone anyway.
The rock was just too much.
All the rock. Hello, Peter.
It went to...
Hello, Peter. Peter Jones out there, one of our 12 listeners. And what are you drinking in down California way?
Well, that would be a fine little piece of White Russian here, courtesy of Humboldt Distillery here.
Okay.
They have some organic vodka over here. Not a sponsor.
As opposed to a cybernetic vodka, or what?
Yeah. And apparently this is what it says on the label. They say, no, it's not crab flavored, just because the label has a crab on here.
Oh, it's not crab flavored? Boo.
I know. Yeah, but I would love a little crab juice or crab blood, but whatever. It's just a fine quadruple distilled organic vodka made along the Emerald Coast of Humboldt County, where the redwoods overlook the fresh waters of the Pacific. And yeah, the crabs are pretty good here too. That is a phrase no one should ever utter in any sort of setting, but whatever. You do you, Humboldt, and also you may want to check on that itching. Just a thought. Just a thought right there.
Yeah, okay. And let's just get this out of the way right now. There actually is new stuff coming your way this week.
Oh, we're gonna start off the new year with good content.
Well, we'll see. But one thing I do want to make damn sure everybody knows that you can stream The Holdovers with Paul Giamatti, right meow, on Peacock, and I would highly
Oh,
recommend watching this movie. It's great.
okay. Yeah, so how many stores? How many thumbs up do you give this? Or
I give this. Let's see, I only got 2 here, so I'll go with 2 thumbs up.
okay.
Yeah.
Now, on a scale of 1 to billions, how much scenery is chewed up
It's a
by Paul?
pretty compared to Billions, it's a pretty understated role for Paul Giamatti, but it's still a good one. He plays a private school teacher in 1970 New England, and he is put in charge of watching over a bunch of students who have nowhere to go over Christmas break.
Okay, so basically he's in hell. That's
No,
what I'm
yeah,
hearing
yeah,
at this point.
but they do manage to get off the school grounds, and Paul Giamatti hits up a liquor store, and a pint of Jim Beam in 1970, $2.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wait, say that again.
a pint of Jim Beam in 1970, $2.
What?
Yeah,
That was a thing?
that was a thing. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. I may have to re-examine my biases towards Jim Beam in the future. So,
Well, it's much more
which,
expensive now.
oh, and especially in Utah. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks,
I'm
DABS.
I'm not sure what a pint of Jim Beam goes for these days, but it sure as fuck ain't $2.
No, no, definitely not these days.
Also,
All right.
coming up this week, the Golden Globes are back. The Globs
Oh, okay.
on
So,
Sunday,
yay.
but it is now on CBS after being on NBC forever. And your host this year, it's kind of a surprise. It's someone you.
Uh,
It's someone who's very well known in the comedy world, but not necessarily in the television and hosting world. It is Joe Coy.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. I was like, I did see that. I was blanking on the name for a second. So, so it's safe to say that Amy Poehler won't be around. Neither will be her lady friend. Why am I
Tina
blanking on
Fey.
her name? Thank you. And but most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, your Ricky Gervais nightmare is over.
Well, that's just the Ricky Gervais nightmare is continuing. It's just through Netflix new Netflix special he just put out recently.
I did see that the other day, and yeah, it was very much Ricky Gervais at his. But
What is it with that fucking TED Talk microphone? It's like, get a real microphone.
I think he just likes to gesture. I mean, if we had
It
Ricky
doesn't make
Gervais here,
make it any funnier.
yeah, but on a scale of 1 to Joe Rogan, he's exponentially funnier. Let's not lie.
Yeah. So there's that. There is a new documentary dropping on Thursday on Hulu.
Okay.
Daughters of the Cult. Ervil LeBaron.
Oh,
Little local
okay.
flavor here for Utahns. You know, I've never seen this phrase before, but apparently he was known as the Mormon Manson, which might have been
What?
a better title for this documentary series.
Hmm.
But yeah, so he was a leader of a polygamous fundamentalist Mormon sect in the 70s. He died in 81, but his followers carried out the Doink Doink blood atonement murders years after he was dead.
Okay, so two things. What in the name of Under the Banner of Heaven is going on here? Secondly, do we need to get Merlot on this? I mean,
It sounds
this
like
is up
something
her alley.
sounds like something she should watch. Yes. Also coming up this week on Fox and Hulu on Sunday. We're in the midst of a Hamassance. Another John Hamm project is dropping on Sunday. We got Fargo, we got The Morning Show, and now we got Grimsburg. It's a cartoon.
Yeah, but he's voicing it, so let's be clear on that. He's not per se in an action role. He's just blending his voice.
Yeah. So he plays a detective who returns to his hometown where no one really likes him, including his ex-wife, voiced by Erin Hayes, and his son, voiced by Rachel Dratch.
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
John Hamm's son is voiced by Rachel Dratch.
I love this already.
Yeah.
This has. I won't say that this is going to replace The Simpsons anytime soon, but the Hamassance is in full effect. That is our title. By the way.
Could be it could be one of those. It could be a hit, or it could just disappear overnight. You never know with these Fox cartoons.
Exactly.
But I believe it has been already picked up for a second season, even though the first one hasn't even started yet.
Okay. And Fox has always been a bit hit and miss when it comes to their animation.
Yeah.
So for every Simpsons or every King of the Hill, there's always that Krakopolis or
Krapopolis is still on.
That's one. Yeah. Other than the genius that is Matt Berry, I don't know why. But these are the times we live in.
And also on Sunday, I'm going to throw a PBS thing in here. I know it's kind of out of character. It's kind of off-brand for TV10 podcast.
Why? Why are you trying to get intellectual at this late stage in the game?
It's a new British drama called Funny Woman. Just imagine if the marvelous Mrs. Maisel were more British and more blonde. And this is starring Gemma Arterton, who has most recently turned up in the heist caper series on Hulu, Culprits. She's playing a former beauty queen who's trying to break into the male-dominated London comedy scene of the 1960s.
Okay.
And this is based on a Nick Hornby novel.
Okay.
So it could be good.
How much faith do you have in this?
Well, she's really good. I haven't really seen her do much comedy, but she's very good in dramatic roles. And it's a Nick Hornby novel, so you got some good source material. So it could be good.
Yeah, what was the starring actor again? Gemma what?
Gemma Arterton.
Oh, okay. I know her now from Quantum of Solace with James Bond, and she was also in the Clash of the Titans. Not her best work, but that's how people will be famous.
Not anybody's best work, yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time, she is very distinctive with her red hair, but as you pointed out, she is a blonde. So, like platinum blonde, or are we talking strawberry blonde? What are we at here?
Platinum blonde, beauty queen, platinum blonde.
But as far as the funny goes, like on a scale of 1 to Fleabag, where does this rank?
It's more of a drama, actually.
Okay. So
if you it's a drama comedy. It's a dramedy, if you will, if we're still using that word. I guess we are. Yeah.
Okay. All right. She deserves better. But hey, watch it. Watch it harder while you can.
We'll see. And a couple things I blasted through over the got a bit of a week off last week. Finally got through all of Obliterated on Netflix. Totally stupid. But C. Thomas Howell is having a fucking blast, and I think that's all that really matters.
Yeah. I saw a little bit of the clips on Netflix, and I just went, nope, that is not for me.
It is dumb as fuck.
Oh, good God. I thought I lost brain cells just watching the clip, as is.
Well, I watched the whole thing, so imagine what kind of state I'm in.
Do I dare say, while we're on the record here, there were some edibles involved?
Perhaps there were.
All right. We will not confirm. We will not deny. The important thing is we're just performance artists, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Now that we got that out of the way.
Also got through the third and final season of Pretty Hard Cases on Freevee. it wrapped on a positive note, even though I'll bet they were expecting to go on to a fourth season. It's a Canadian female buddy cop series, and it's pretty entertaining. Very light and fluffy.
Yeah. Where in Canada is it based? Just to clarify.
Toronto.
Oh, okay. So it's basically Ontario Rizzolian Isles when we
Yes.
get to it.
Yeah,
Okay.
but funnier.
But is it sessier? Does it have the sessiness?
Not really. It's just funny.
Okay. Yeah, so enjoy that, and beaver pelts aplenty will be ensued somehow. Just that's what we're going to work with.
Yeah.
All
No,
right.
no big deal. Yeah.
No big deal at all.
And yeah. So anything that you were getting caught up on while you're down there?
So I've been watching Marvel's What If.
Oh yeah. How's that?
Season 2. I thought it was a very great show, and it did tie in some things from season 1, which was awesome. And Jeffrey Wright can do no wrong. Let's just all agree.
All right.
Whoever the name actors are voicing the characters, like Peggy Carter or Stephen Strange, even though they claim it's going to be Haley Atwell or Benedict Cumberbatch,
Sure.
whatever.
Close. Right in
Yeah,
there.
the point. Yeah, it's somewhere in there. The point is, Disney did right on that part, even though we could do more Marvel stuff, no matter what Bob Iger says. Oh, the Marvels didn't perform well at the box office. Strange how that happened. Just as the SAG after a strike just ended 5 days, and you decided to put the movie on 5 days before. No wonder it didn't perform. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. The point is, the point is two things. Ron DeSantis is wrong for suing Disney, and Bob Iger is wrong for Disney. Now that we got that out of the way, I am just saying
So
to the board at
all sides suck.
all sides suck, and I am just saying for the low fee of 500 a month per person, that's you and me, Mr. Frost,
Okay.
we
yeah.
will steer the Disney ship right. We will get the Mouse House back on track. That is who we are. We are professionals in our own sweet way. By the way,
sounds like a tall order, but okay.
no, a tall order would be me having this humble distillery vodka straight up, which is not a sponsor, but also very smooth drinking right there.
Well, it's organic. Right there, it says right there on the label.
Because I am a libtard hippie living in California, even though I am in the bastion of people in Sacramento. That came out better in my head.
No more no more redneck run-ins.
No, and there is a good reason for that. Mostly because I've been staying at home watching Archer's season finally
Oh yeah,
Into the Cold.
series finally.
Oh,
Yeah,
man, that is the best way to end that show.
ended
But I
nicely.
want more.
Yeah, true.
I know. I mean, I'm a little broken up because we're not going to have more Archer anymore.
True.
So
Yeah.
if I'm broken up, I can't wait to see what's going to happen to you, Mr. Frost, when It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia finally ends.
True. Well, I am
So-
kind of broken up about the end of the Canadian It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. That would be Letterkenny.
Oh, I didn't want to go down that road, but I
Drop-
guess we got to.
dropped its final season on Christmas Day, and a damn fine season it was. Good way to go out, and we still got Shoresy, the somewhat of a spin-off series happening. So it's not all we'll still have some Letterkenny adjacent TV coming our way.
But it's not going to be the same. It's not
no,
going
it's
to
a
be
di-
the same.
Nope, it's a different show totally.
Ugh. So what are we going to do? I mean, do we have to watch Freebie? Or do we have to suck it up and pay a little more for Apple Plus to watch things like Monarch, which is honestly the best. It's now starting to ramp up, and I'm going, okay, I kind of want to watch more of this. So,
Yeah, now that you're into it, it'll be over very soon.
of course it is.
Yeah.
Of course it will be. Why am I not surprised?
And also,
Sigh.
one of the things I finally got to last week was this Rebel Moon, Zack Snyder's thing.
Okay. That was the other thing I was going to mention. What's your take on it? And then I'm going to respond.
It was a lot.
Uh-huh.
Could have like anything involving Zack Snyder, could have used a little injection of a little bit of humor into it. It's a sort of a dead serious affair. It looks great.
Mhm.
Lots of slow mo. If you cut out the slow mo, you probably could have chopped a good half hour off the runtime there. And
Right?
as Rebecca Frost, who was over, she was over on Christmas. She her take was that, like, if someone else was writing it and Zack Snyder was just directing it, probably would have been pretty good. As it is, it's
Mhm.
just like very Snydery.
Yeah. So here's what I would say to the subject. Obviously, he pitched this as something to involve the Star Wars universe and
Long ago,
Disney.
almost 10 years ago, and they said no thanks.
Yeah, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Yeah.
And then he tried to make it his own thing with Rebel Moon. So this is my summation of Rebel Moon. Imagine if Star Wars felt like homework. That is. Oh,
Yeah.
you didn't say
okay.
it was wrong.
Nope.
I mean, and to your point, it should have been a knockout right there, and it has a great cast. Let's not get this twisted here. I mean, Rebel Moon features Charlie Hunnam, but it also
barely
featured.
barely features Charlie Hunnam in them.
Yeah, that's the other point. It also features Sophia Butella, Jamon Honsu, and let's see who else is a feature. Anthony Hopkins,
Yeah.
barely,
Yeah.
and let's see. I mean, this should have been a fucking slam dunk, but
But
again, they
here's the thing. It is with the viewers, with the great unwashed, the audience. They love it. Whereas the critics, nope, do not. So
yeah.
it's kind of a split decision. But if the audience is loving it, I guess we got to side with them.
Yeah, what's Rotten Tomatoes giving it as far as the audience side of things go?
I don't remember. I didn't look, but
Okay. I'm
everything
looking at
everything I've read about it says critics hate it, audiences love it. So therefore,
Yeah.
there's probably going to be much more of it.
Okay, so on IMDb, they give it 5.7 out of 10. I've already said my thing about it here, and even though it's actually short for a Zack Snyder movie at 2 hours 13 minutes, it still felt long.
But there's still a part 2. There's still part 2.
I mean, my man, what is it with your deal with editors? What the fuck? I mean, we could have shaved this off.
It's Netflix. He doesn't have to worry about a runtime. It can be as long as he damn wants it.
Yeah, I know. We saw The Irishman.
There's no matter of clearing out a movie theater so we can have the next showing. You just make it as long as you want, Zach.
No, dude, don't encourage him. Really, don't. There's not enough of Humboldt Distillery's vodka I can handle.
He's going to do it
to
anyway.
Watch that.
No matter what
I know
say,
he will.
Do it.
He is latter day Michael Bay at this point. Yeah, is that our title, by the way? Latter day Michael Bay.
It could be in the running, I think.
All right, I'm throwing it in there. By the way, so it's between Hamasons and latter day Michael Bay. So brilliant. This is the magic that goes into making this podcast, ladies and gentlemen. This is what your money goes to. I don't spend anything on it. We know. Know.
So much thought and care goes into this.
Yes. Thoughts and prayers. Oh, wait. That's another thing. But anyway.
Yeah. And, also, I would challenge anyone to figure out where the new TV Tan theme song came from. There's a new one. It's a new year. Along with all the new year, new Yuck, I thought that we would have, switch up the theme song once again. Sort of an annual thing.
So what you're saying is, if you, the listener, I'm pointing at you right there in the speaker, you can figure it out. Let's give them the prizes. So I will say I think a T-shirt is in order. So we have TV10 podcast T-shirts still
Yeah,
for a limited time.
yeah.
Uh, and speaking of getting rid of everything for 2023, we will give you, if you guess correctly, email us, tv10podcast at gmail.com, put in the subject line new theme song. And if you guess it correctly, then we will give you a t-shirt. Just put in if you, along with your guess, put in your name, your address, your t-shirt size, and we will send it out to you. FYI, we only have up to double XL, and I think we only have like 2 of those left. We do not have triple XL or quadruple XL. Just saying.
Okay.
So, all right.
Yeah.
And
It's gonna
what else?
it's gonna be a head scratcher. I don't think anyone's gonna easily guess what it is. It's pretty obscure,
Okay.
but it is
Okay.
from a TV show. I'll give you that.
So, in other words, folks, you may have to get your Shazam at the ready. So,
I don't know if
that,
Shazam would even do it. Maybe
really?
I'll test it out myself. That'll be
Okay.
that'll throw a wrench in the whole contest if it's easily Shazamable.
Well, that's okay. The first person, we will take that and we will go from there. So, that's how it is because we are a democracy for now.
Well,
Um,
no, it's a constitutional republic. God damn it!
really, do we have to go Joe Rogan here at this point? Do we need to
I don't
have our
think even I don't
producers
think
call
even
out?
Joe Rogan knows that one.
Well, thankfully his producers do. So as long as they're calling him on his bullshit, I'm totally fine by that. Mm.
And I don't know if you have the sports ready, but I'd say it's about time.
I do have the sports ready, so
Okay.
you hit the music.
And sports, a Tommy Milagro, go team.
From the sports desk of the TV10 podcast, we deliver to you only the sport of professional wrestling. And most of it is going to be centered around All Elite Wrestling. Last night, they had their pay per view World's End in Long Island, New York. So, the worst of New York was there. uh, you're laughing, but you didn't say I was wrong either.
No,
But
no.
no, but here are some things that came out of the pay per view. Chief among them it was 2 things. So it was Eddie Kingston battling against John Moxley for the Continental Classic for the new Continental title. So, and it was apparently, from what I've read, just an absolutely brutal match, but a fantastic match. Eddie Kingston gets the W. So not only does he retain still his ROH World Championship, his New Japan Strong Openweight Championship, he is the AEW Continental Champion, the first ever crowned inaugural champion. So he is a triple crown winner. So he has earned all the accolades that he has deserved over the years. He gets his flowers right there. So I'd say congratulations to Eddie Kingston right there. Also, uh, in the main event, it was MJF versus Samoa Joe for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship, which saw uh, MJF lose the belt to the Samoan submission machine. He has just been hurt all around there. And it was interesting because at ringside, his brochacho, yeah, that's the word.
Okay.
Adam Cole, baby, was there at ringside trying to cheer him on, but that was not enough here. Now, the thing is, just to paint a word picture for everybody that doesn't pay attention to the sport of professional wrestling, to which I say, how dare you? And also, I understand. There's been a brewing issue of MJF has been plagued by the devil. Somebody in a devil mask has been just giving him fits and starts along the way, and it was revealed that the the devil was indeed Adam Cole, and his minions were Mike Bennett and Matt Taven, as well as Wardlow and Roderick Strong, and they beat up MJF in short order. So what that basically means is MJF is going to be off TV for a while, which is interesting because his contract is going to be up probably by the end of this year. So will he re-sign with AEW, or will he go to WWE? Remains to be seen. So stay tuned, sports fans, on that one. Also, another news. Speaking of contracts here, Andrade El Idolo, his contract's going to be up as well, and this is at SlamWrestling.net. You know, I write for them still,
Oh, that's what I hear.
and
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, I mean, I only have an MBA,
Oh,
so
really? Oh.
yeah. So as you're jugging away there at Outlaw Distillery's own bourbon right there, get that genius juice in you, sir. Uh, Even Tony Khan doesn't believe Andrade El Idolo will be returned to AEW after tonight's World event, and Tony Khan, at least for this part, excuse me a second here, pardon me.
Yes.
Tony Khan confirmed the rumors that Andrade is probably leaving AEW at World's End. He said that at the media scrum. Khan called Andrade outstanding, and he said, quote, as it stands right now, I don't see him renewing his contract, but he is someone who I have a lot of respect for and would be parting on good terms, is Andrade El Idolo. So apparently what those great talks about his contract were, and his contract being up at the end of the year, remains to be seen here. Also, and this is something very, very interesting that has come up here, and this is where we're going to end this on. So, two parts. And this is also at slamwrestling.net. AEW superstar Chris Jericho is being accused of inappropriate conduct behind the scenes in All Elite Wrestling. Although no victim or accusers have actually come forward with any claims, Nick Hausman of the Rumor and Innuendo podcast and House, that's Haus, of wrestling, said this about Jericho on a recent broadcast, quote, there are issues with Chris behind the scenes where I know a lot of people who were hurt by Chris and his actions. It's very uncomfortable to me to see him lauded like he is and only having the focus on that, because I do think there are a lot of questionable stories about Chris that will find their way out over time when people are ready to tell those stories that will cast him in a very different light. I mean, Harvey Weinstein won a lot of Oscars. Harvey Weinstein produced a lot of very popular films. Harvey Weinstein is now in jail. I'm not saying that is happening to Chris, but the narrative can quickly turn if you're hiding a lot of skeletons in your closet. So, hyperbole aside, apparently the gist of it has to do with a tweet that came out on X, the hellscape that was once Twitter.
Yeah, that would be
But
not a tweet. That would be an excretion. Is the new term.
yes, thank you, thank you. I was trying to remember what it's actually called as far as the podcast is concerned.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, Nick Hausman. See, this is how professionals do this. So I know you're not listening, but I also expect that you're just slightly lower than Mike Drudge. Just saying. Anyway, moving along. Um, so according to ISO Wrestling, with their excretion, they reacted to a clip of the statement, reposting an older tweet saying later that there are women who are waiting to tell their stories. Quote, so here's the deal. You don't quit. The hottest Fed going today. AEW without reason. I have it from people in the know that that's Kylie Ray, was asked to go to Chris Jericho's room with the understanding that others would be there. When she got there, it was just him. He made a pass at her. No other details were given, and she freaked out. Now, Kylie Ray responded on X with a heart emoji, but it neither confirms nor denies that side of things right there. And this is the part that's really telling. I don't know, either telling or worrisome. I'm not sure how to put this. During the media scrum after World's End, and just to paint a word picture here, Bill, Tony Khan had just recently introduced the AEW World Champion, Timeless Tony Storm, and she came out with like one of those big fuzzy hats, kind of like what you would expect like from Russia,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
sunglasses. So she put it on. Tony Storm put it on Tony Khan, and they conducted the interview that way. But at one point during that interview, somebody in the media scrum addressed a point blank about the promotion's stance and policies on sexual harassment as part of the World's End press conference. So while wearing the goofy hat and sunglasses, Khan addressed the subject matter and said, quote, "It is something we are very serious about. We have a policy in place, and whenever there is anything like that, we would make sure we would do everything we can to prevent it. Despite reports of backstage incidents, including numerous instances of the talents assaulting each other, Khan claimed that AEW's safety record is exemplary. He says, quote, AEW has the best safety record, I believe, of any pro wrestling company in the world. I believe we have the most safe environment. I believe we have the best safety record of any pro wrestling company. I would hold the record of AEW up on safety to any company in the world. AEW is the safest place for pro wrestling. End quote. So can you hear the non-response, by the way, at this point?
That's not an answer.
Exactly my point.
That's a press
I mean,
release.
yes, exactly. So what's going to come out in the next few weeks remains to be seen. And there are some stuff that I'm aware of with Chris Jericho that has not yet quite come to light. But know this, it is not going to be a good thing, and barely a person is going to be singing Judas in their mind, because even though it's sports.
It's sports. So tell me, Milagro. Go team. Y2J. I hope he hasn't let us down.
Well, and then as soon as we step out into the green room, I'll tell you some more stuff
Oh no.
that I've heard over the years.
Oh no.
Yeah, the fact that it hasn't, that's a different story. Because we're professional, we will not do this here in this limelight. I am you and I, we are respectable.
What?
We are journalists. I was going to say respectable, but
No, don't overstep there. No.
yeah, we are journalists per se. So we also know where our bread is buttered. So
Yeah.
but on the same side, we are more reputable than Joe Rogan. Let's get that out of the way.
Sad news.
Oh no, tragedy.
We just lost Shecky Green,
Oh,
longtime
wait,
Las
wait, wait.
Vegas stand-up comedian.
Oh, is this recent news? Is this coming in
today,
now?
Today, Shecky Green,
No!
dead at 97.
Now, how would people know Shecky Green?
Well,
Just to clarify.
he was a longtime Las Vegas headliner who worked with people like Frank Sinatra and Elvis Presley. But
Oh,
of course, anybody, I don't know if anybody old enough listens to this. Maybe there's somebody out there who recalls who Shecky Green was.
so one of our 12 listeners.
One of them might
probably
know
is
who
aware of
Shecky
this.
Green is. But also recently
Yes.
we lost. Who else did we lose recently here? The
Tom Smother.
Tommy Smothers from the Smother Brothers.
Yes.
Very. They were kind of ahead of their time as far as getting political on TV. They did it at a time when no one was really doing it. They just
Yeah,
kind of slipped
and
it in there.
yeah, and apparently there's a documentary about that. Now, nowadays, everybody thinks of the Smothers Brothers, Tom and Dick, and they just go, oh, they're corny. But as you pointed out, Bill, they were way ahead of their fucking time.
Oh
And
yeah.
more importantly, CBS not only like canceled them, the Smothers Brothers sued them for doing that to the tune of like 31 million. They got their money, not all their money back, but that was the environment, and this is still in a way something that kind of goes on to this day. What with other shows like the Richard Pryor Show, maybe Chappelle Show. Hmm. So
Oh,
I don't know.
the Richard Pryor Show, man.
Shh.
That was a great, fantastic show that was not ready for prime time.
It was not ready for anything.
It's
Which
he toned it way the fuck down, and still can't believe that show got on the air. But also,
and for
yeah,
and for sorry, before you go on, for everybody that's thinking, oh, we're just making stuff up. No, it's in the documentary Omit the Logic about Richard Pryor that he toned it way the fuck down because he had to, but he fought back just as well. Anyway, you were saying?
also we lost Tom Wilkinson of the Full Monty.
Yes. Oh, tragedy, tragedy. And again, he's been in so many great pieces, among them the Full Monty, but also Michael Clayton with George Clooney. Excuse me, George Clumby. If you listen to the morning show,
Jim Clumby is the correct.
yeah, Jim Clumby. Thank you,
Yeah.
thank you. Because you work with the morning zoo more often than I do.
Yes,
He was also in I want to say Batman Begins, right?
maybe.
And yeah, so a talented actor, a talented character actor that cannot be understated right there. That's so yeah, so many tragedies just to end 2023. Oh, tragedy, tragedy. Anyway, is anybody else dying at this point, or are we good?
Maurice Hines, legendary tap dancer.
Oh, no, I don't know. Anyway,
And I'm sure there's been
sorry.
others. I'm sure some other
Yeah.
people have died as well.
Oh, tragedy, tragedy.
Just all around
But
tragedy, yes.
yeah, but the important thing is TV Tan podcast is going strong. Wait, where are you leaving? No. Come back, come back.
But
We got some more good stuff here.
the weirdest news in the TV feed here right now is Paula Abdul suing Nigel Lithgow for sexual assault on the set of
The
back
Voice?
so you think you can dance, which has now been around for fucking ever.
Yeah, I saw
Because I
that the other day.
could have swore Nigel Lithgow did not care for the ladies. Just saying.
And I could have swore Paula Abdul was already dead. Oh, wait. Hold on. I'm
Nope,
getting.
She's
Wait.
You're thinking of MC Scat Cat who passed.
No, yeah. You might be right, but wait, I'm getting this from my producers.
Oh, you have producers?
Her career, her career is dead. That's where I got confused. Sorry.
You have producers? I don't have producers over here.
It's amazing who you could pick up off the street in Sacramento. Literally.
Oh, really? Okay. So did you get a bag of oranges too?
No. Well, we're in Northern California,
Oh,
sir.
okay.
Yeah. So it's mostly I just gave them a cardboard box to live in, so they're happy.
Okay. And
So political.
as we're recording on technically New Year's Eve, this whole thing of bringing back Andy Cohen and Anderson Cooper and letting them drink on CNN to bring in the new year is like somehow a big news story. I mean, fucking Colbert had them both on and to interview them for almost the whole show to talk about this bullshit. And I guess it's a popular thing to watch. I think I tried to watch it one year. I said nope, tapping out. And but now we're well past the 20-year mark of CNN's failed experiment to make Anderson Cooper a thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, does anyone really think of Anderson Cooper 360 in terms of like, oh, that's my go-to news source? Fuck no.
No. Well, here's what I'm hearing at this point, and I agree with you, Bill.
Are many people saying?
Many people are saying I am hearing them. TV10 podcast needs to be the only voice you need to hear to rock in New Year's.
You're saying we should have done this live?
We should. We're doing it live.
We should have done it live.
We're going to do it live, and we're going to do it right now. Fucking thing sucks. Live from CNN.
Yeah. It would have been
I
quite a trick for me without a producer here in Utah to pull off a live stream of the podcast as we count down the hours, because it would be midnight here and then we'd have to go for another full hour to get to midnight to you.
Uh-huh. Well, only just a couple of hours, but you know what? I would have just thrown out confetti, and I think we could have been fine. But here's the thing: I think we could have done this live. We could have been in the same place. And here's the most important thing, and I'm saying this to the CNN executive board. Yes, you are listening to this, and I am going to state one indisputable fact
Okay.
that there should be no argument, no retort. The fact of the matter is, Bill Frost and I can handle our liquor. Andy Cohen Andy. Despite what's happened to me in the past, and I know I have been Professor Pregame, I know this.
You think you can outdrink Andy Cohen?
Have you seen him? And again,
there's
your answer.
He's on every night with Watch What Happens Live, and I don't know. He's pro level.
No, he's not. And I will say this:
because he's drinking fake booze on Bravo.
Well,
is he pulling a David Lee Roth with a Jack Daniels bottle full of iced tea?
I'm not saying that, but I'm not saying that.
Okay,
if you catch my drift right there.
Shots fired.
The point, I am just saying right now, I could outdrink Ed. That could be a show right there. I can outdrink Andy Cohen.
Okay.
And I can see it right now. It'll be like the scene from Raiders of the Lost Ark. I'll have a shot, and then just as I'm ready to tip over and everyone's getting their bets in, Pastore, slam it down, and he will pass out over my Salt Lake prowess right there.
So it'll, okay. That'll be the title of your memoir. I Can Outdrink Andy Cohen. The Tommy Milagro story.
Shots fired. Andy Cohen, you know how to reach us. I expect your response at tv10podcast@gmail.com. So bring it in 2024, sucker.
Okay. I think we can get the hell out of here now. I think we've done enough damage for this time.
But we could do a little bit more for Andy Cohen's sake. I mean, Anderson Cooper, meh. But Andy Cohen, I mean, he's ripe for a kick in the crotch. I'm just saying.
All right, what would you besides what we've mentioned earlier, or in addition to, what would you say people should be watching harder as they roll into the new year?
Really simple, and I express the same thing to my nephews. Number one, you have to watch What If. Just stream it online. But I have homework. No, you don't. You just have to stream that
on the Disney Plus.
Yep. And if your parents say, "Well, you have to study harder," no, you don't. You're getting A pluses. You're fine. You need to study this a little bit harder, as well as you need to focus on Monarch just a little bit harder. And then when you get old enough, then you need to binge watch all of Archer. You just gotta slide right into it somehow. Phrasing, boom.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
yes.
Wait, they're not using it anymore. We can appropriate that shit.
I think
you knew what you did, Benjamin.
We have been for years, actually. I don't know. This is not a new thing.
Sploosh.
I'm gonna say, you mentioned Monarch, Legacy of Monsters earlier. Very fantastic series on Apple TV Plus. Loving that. Mm-hmm. It's from the Godzilla universe of Legendary Pictures. The Curse.
That would be Gojira.
Yeah. Also The Curse on Showtime.
You're loving that.
I don't know if loving is the right word. I'm experiencing it, and I'm gonna make it to the end because that's what I do. If I start something, I'm gonna finish it for sure.
You're a completist,
Yeah,
if nothing else.
it has to be extremely terrible for me to tap out and go, nope. I
And
mean,
I could probably count on one hand the number of times you said I'm out. So
yeah, I mean, I didn't tap out of Obliterated, and it was pretty fucking terrible. But in
yeah,
a
I'm not.
but in a fun way. There was
Yeah,
fun to
you're
be
my
had.
yeah, you were my canary down the mine shaft, and I'm like, do I want to watch Obliterate? Oh, he's dead. Okay, we're fine. I can move away.
Also, the new season of Fargo, fantastic.
Oh yeah, and it's I think it's going to be series finally, or
No,
no, season finally.
I think we got a few weeks to go here. Actually, I don't think we're near the end yet.
Really?
Yeah,
Ooh,
yeah.
okay.
This is gonna carry over into January. So
Mm,
I think there's still plenty of Fargo to go here. Also,
okay.
I'll have I'm s- I'll have an apology for telling you about this show, saying it might be good, and then when it actually happened, it turned out to be one of the worst fucking things I've ever seen. That is Extended Family on NBC with John Cryer, Abigail Spencer, and Donald Faison. Oh my
Oh,
god! It's like did no one write this show? Did they just show up and improv it? It was so fucking terribly written.
again, what I'm hearing from you is that we need to resuscitate the show and give it our spin, and we can do it for the low price of 500,000 per episode,
We could
the
not do worse.
minimum.
We could not do worse than what NBC. And the thing is, it got pretty good ratings because it followed an NFL game, and people who were too fat and drunk to turn the channel. So it did pretty
Right.
well. But it is it'll I'm gonna try the second episode, and that will
Good.
probably be a tap out moment right there. So Extended Family on NBC and Peacock, garbage. Uh, but Night Court was surprising when it premiered. God, was it earlier this year, late last year?
Yeah,
Um, actually,
and it's going to be back.
a nice surprise is also coming back on Tuesday,
Hmm.
and also I know the Obituary on Hulu, the story
Oh,
of a obituary writer for a small town Irish paper. To get her to get her quota up, she just has to go out and start murdering some people. These are these
like you
people.
do.
These people were asking for it anyway. They were assholes. But very dark little show. Very. It's only like 6 episodes, and it's pretty dark humored. I'd recommend it if you have no soul, really.
Well, we know our audience, and also not the hero you need, not the Dexter you wished, but it is what you wanted. So,
Yeah, she doesn't have quite the same strict code that Dexter does.
yeah. And more importantly, she doesn't have depression. So
No,
that's the difference right there.
she kind of she likes writing about dead people and she likes killing them. So do what you love. You'll never work a day in your life, I guess. And good for her. The
Good on her,
the character's name is Elvira, even though it's spelled like Elvira.
but it's pronounced Elvira. But
Elvira,
it's pronounced, we know. Yeah.
because Ireland.
Yeah, that sums it up right there. Because Ireland.
Okay, I think we're good enough here. We want to thank our sponsor of the week, Outlaw Distillery, over here in the Mountain Time Zone, and out there in the Pacific Time Zone. Good old what's it called again? Humboldt
This would
Distillery.
be the unofficial
Yes.
sponsor in Sacramento.
Look for the crab.
Yep. I never thought we'd say those words, but there you are.
Look for the
And
crab.
yeah, and if anybody in the California area goes to Bevmo and says, "Hey, TV10 podcast says look for the crab,"
They'll go, what the fuck are you talking about?
let them know that it's Humboldt Distillery. And also, if you are reaching out to Humboldt Distillery, tell them TV10 podcast sent you.
Yeah,
And
this is all very likely to happen, I'm sure.
oh, naturally, because hey, look at our sponsors, and we have a few of them. And more importantly, and I'm saying this to future sponsors, we don't come cheap. Um, let's get that out of the way here. Well, now, more importantly, we aren't cheap, but we can't be had.
Yeah, yeah.
So there's the difference.
Perfect.
Anyway,
All right.
yeah. But should I mention our other sponsors
Of
that are
course.
official?
Of course.
Okay. So the official sponsors of the TV10 podcast, they are in order: Sugar House Distillery, the OG sponsor of the TV10 podcast. And oh yeah, they have bourbons as well. And more importantly, they got cans, cocktail cans that you could drink so that, you know, you don't have to be a basic bitch and White Claw it.
Yeah.
And more importantly, we got Ogden's Own Distillery. Not only do they make Five Wives, Five Husbands vodka, they also make Madame Patarini gin. They also make the Underground. They also make Porter's Fire Porter's peanut butter whiskey.
Yeah.
They also have cans as well. Mr. Frost specifically recommends the peach tea cocktail. Wow. And I'm getting the hiccups all of a sudden right there.
Uh-oh. What a time to
Ah.
get the hiccups.
Well, maybe if I chug down some more of the Sunbolt,
Yeah.
that'll get rid
Also
of
in
it.
there is Bohemian Brewery, of course, and Boostique.
Also, great sponsors of the TV10 podcast. Now, if you want your beer, that is the place to go is Bohemian. If you want to get some fine, glasses for your holidays,
Your
oh,
accessories.
wait, your accessories. And of course, if you want to mocktail it up, that is the place to go. Tell them all TV10 Podcast sent you. Now, we do have TV10 shirts to sell. Still, we still have them. Amazing that they did not go away over the holidays here. Thankfully, we have a few in reserve. So just put your name, your address, and your t-shirt size and an email to tv10podcast at gmail.com. Put in the subject line, t-shirt me now, and we will get that out to you. Of course, we will take only
Pen pal?
PayPal or Venmo. Yeah, pen pal is a whole different thing, and no, not the pen pal from the state penitentiary, wherever it's located in Utah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Where is it located?
They moved it now.
Yeah, they're. Are they in your neighborhood, by the way? I mean, it is Sosalaw. East Abington.
They're somewhere out west. Anyway, also reach out to us via. You can find us on Facebook, Gmail. Fuck Twitter. I'm very inactive on Twitter, X, because I'm not judging you if you are, but you are supporting Nazis. But you do you. But I am not using I'm not using X and Twitter, and therefore the TV10 podcast is very inactive there as well. In the new year, look for us to turn up on Threads and Blue Sky. It's going to happen. Going to make it happen.
We are active? Question mark on Instagram.
Yeah. So we'll have
that's a thing.
We'll have more places you can ignore us at. I'm quite liking Threads and Blue Sky both for different reasons, but they're both pretty cool. Like them both. I think they're both viable alternatives, or at least they're on their way to becoming viable alternatives to Elon Musk's hellscape over there.
Oh, but enough about Muskie because, we're not racist much. Wait, why did I add that last part? I don't know.
Yeah, that's
the point is.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Not sure what that was about. But all right, let's get the fuck out of here. And I'm going to say goodnight, America.
And yes, you jiggle that handle. Oh, yeah, I'm still in Sacramento. Jiggle it harder. Okay, good. It flushed.
All right.
Hey Katie, sorry I'm late. I was invited to 4 parties and for some reason I feel like I need to go to all of them. Okay, bye.
I don't know how I'm getting home, and I am not gonna think about it.
Bro, Ubers are gonna be a 400% surcharge. I guess I'm gonna spend 7 hours walking.
I'm gonna go ahead and claim this couch, even though I'm pretty sure Katie doesn't want me to sleep here.
Yeah, it's a true inconvenience.
Oh man, your opinions are terrible, but I'm in too deep.
And I lack the awareness to filter anything I'm saying.
Maybe these shots will help.
I don't know, I'm pretty bad.
Fuck, I'm on Instagram and I'm jealous as hell.
Yeah, man, we fucked up. I probably should have been hanging out with my wife.
Yeah, that's crazy.
New Year's
Is the worst. Let's get this over with.
Fine, it's New Year's!
Should all acquaintance be forgot? That's all the words we know.
I'm so ready to accomplish nothing this year.